All right, let's talk about that incredible camera you carry around with you every single day. We're going to tap into the wisdom of some of the all-time greats. We're talking Ansel Adams, Annie Leibovitz, and use their secrets to completely transform the photos you take with the phone that's, yeah, probably in your pocket right now. So think about it. Your phone is basically a little supercomputer designed for taking pictures. It's got all this mind-blowing tech, HDR+, night sight, portrait mode. I mean, it's the kind of thing Ansel Adams would have freaked out over. And yet, how many of our photos just end up being, well, proof? I was here, I ate this. They're like a visual receipt. They record the facts, but they don't make you feel a thing. So what's going on? Well, it's because of this. The master himself, Ansel Adams, said it best. The gear is never the most important part. The magic isn't in the phone's sensor or its fancy software. Nope, it's in the eye and the mind and the heart of the person holding it. It's all about learning to see the world a little differently. And that is exactly what we are going to unpack today. Okay, first up, we need to talk about a pretty fundamental shift in how you think. It's time to go from just taking snaps to actually making photographs. So what's the difference? Well, taking a snap is totally passive, right? It's just collecting evidence that you existed in a certain place at a certain time. It's about recording. But making a photograph? Oh, that's an active expression. That's when you start asking yourself, what am I actually feeling right now? And how can I use this little box to bottle up that feeling so someone else can feel it too? It's the difference between saying, here's a tree, and saying, I want you to feel the incredible quiet strength of this tree. The secret sauce to this is a concept Adams called pre-visualization. Now, before he ever even set up his big, bulky camera, he would picture the final image hanging on a gallery wall. He decided on the entire mood. Was it going to be dramatic, calm, mysterious? For us, using our phones, it just means taking a beat. Seriously, just pause, breathe, and ask yourself, what story am I trying to tell here? See that final picture in your head first, and then lift up your phone to capture it. Okay, so once you've got that intentional mindset, what's the first tool you reach for? It's not a filter, it's not an app, it's light. It's always light. This is such a critical distinction. On one side, you've got light as illumination, which is just using light to, see stuff. It's what most of us do. But on the other side, you have light as emotion, and that's using light to actually sculpt a feeling. That's the master's game. Ansel Adams, he loved deep, dark shadows because they added drama and mystery. The photographer Bresai, who shot Paris at night, he didn't see street lamps as just light. He called them jewels of the night that painted the city with emotion. See, they knew that what you leave in the darkness is every bit as important as what you put in the light. And this is where Adams' famous zone system comes into play. I know, it sounds super complicated, but the basic idea is really simple. Just learn to see the world in shades of gray, in tones, from the deepest black you can imagine all the way to pure, brilliant white. When you decide where the important parts of your scene should fall on that scale, you take control of the mood. You're not just accepting the light the world gives you, you're conducting it like an orchestra. And guess what? You can do this on your phone right now. First, just tap on your subject. That tells the camera, hey, this is the important part. You see how the brightness changes? Good. Now use that little sun slider that pops up to fine-tune it. Drag it down. Feel how the shadows get deeper, more dramatic. Drag it up. See how things get all airy and bright? And the most important tip, fight that urge to make everything perfectly lit. Let some of the shadows stay dark and mysterious. That's where the emotion lives. All right, next up, composition. So if light gives a photo its emotion, the frame is what gives it a story. Masters like Henri Cartier-Bresson, they didn't just see a busy street or a brick wall. They saw a world made of geometry. They saw hidden lines, powerful shapes, and repeating patterns. And they realized that finding that hidden structure could bring a sense of order to the beautiful chaos of life and use it to lead our eyes exactly where they wanted them to go. And here are their secret weapons, all of which are available to you. You've got leading lines, think of a road, a path, a fence, that literally pull your eye into the picture. You've got natural frames, like shooting through a doorway or an archway to really focus attention. The classic rule of thirds, which just helps create a nice, pleasing balance. And then there's my two favorites, negative space, that's the empty area that lets your subject breathe, and simplicity. Always remember, what you decide to leave out of the frame is often way more important than what you put in. And this idea of discipline is captured perfectly by Cartier-Bresson right here. He believed the composition, the frame, had to be perfect in that instant you hit the shutter. No cropping later. For us, that's a challenge, right? Instead of just snapping away thinking, I'll fix it later, just try to get the frame perfect before you take the shot. It forces you to look, to really see so much more intentionally. Okay, we've got our light, we've got our frame. Now for the real magic, the final ingredient, timing. This is all about what Cartier-Bresson famously called the decisive moment. So what on earth is the decisive moment? It's that one fleeting split second where everything, and I mean everything, comes together perfectly. It's when the geometry of the scene and the action of life crash into each other. It's the absolute peak of a leap, that unspoken glance between two strangers, the exact moment a kid's pure joy explodes on their face. It's the single instant where the story is told in its most powerful form. Now, to catch it, you can't just react to it. It'll be gone. You have to anticipate it. You have to see it coming. Think of it like this little timeline here. Your job is to be there at event minus 1 second, anticipating, getting ready, so you can capture that peak action at 0 seconds, not the aftermath at +1 second when the magic has already faded. It's this beautiful dance between patience and lightning-fast reflexes. And hey, this idea isn't just for fast-paced street photography. The legendary portrait photographer Annie Leibovitz uses it for people. She looks for those little unguarded moments, the soft exhale after a big laugh, the quick flicker of doubt in someone's eyes. That's where a person's real truth often hides, and that is a decisive moment all on its own. So let's bring this all home. Here it is, the Master's Toolkit translated directly for the phone in your pocket. To master light, you're going to use your exposure slider. That's how you practice Adams's zone system. To find the perfect frame, turn on your grid lines. That's your cheat sheet for Cartier-Bresson's geometry. And to capture the moment, use burst mode. That's how you'll find that one single decisive shot. See? The tools are literally right there at your fingertips. And that's really the heart of it all. You don't need a fancier camera. You don't need a bag full of expensive lenses. You already have everything you need. The masters, they're just giving us a different roadmap, a new way to look at the world around us, a new way to pay attention. So, as we wrap this up, the question I want to leave you with is this. It's not about whether you can photograph like a master. It's about whether you're willing to see like one. Are you willing to slow down just a little bit to really look for the light, to find the hidden geometry in the world, and to wait patiently for that one perfect, decisive moment? Because if you are, you can create absolutely extraordinary images with that little supercomputer you carry around every day.